Hi guys, I hope you are all good. Now, today's content is focusing on what? On functions, as you see our statement. Let's all read our statement before answering our questions. Let's check something. It says to us, given f of x is equals to a to the power of x minus 1, for a is greater than what? Than 0. Meaning my value of a must be positive, which is greater than 0. And I have a point on my function, which is b. X coordinate of b is what? Is 2, and the is corresponding y value is what? Is minus 5 over 9. Now let's check the first question. The first question says to us, calculate the value of a. As you can see in my function, that a is unknown. But remember something, according to the statement, it says to us the value of a must be greater than 0. In other words, this value of a that I'm going to calculate must be a positive value. Remember, let's check. Our function f of x is equals to what? Is equals to a to the power of x minus 1. This is the same as what? This is the same as saying y is equals to a to the power of x minus 1. But remember, I have what? I have a point on my function of which the x coordinate is what? Is 2. In other words, where I see x, I substitute what? 2, and its corresponding y value is what? Is minus 5 over 9. Where I see y, I substitute what? Minus 5 over 9. Now let's do that. This is going to be minus 5 over what? Over 9, which is equals to a to the power of what? To the power of 2 minus 1. In other words, my friend, they substituted 2 where they see x and got the value of what? Of minus 5 over what? Over 9. Now, me and you, what we are doing is that we are reversing the process and calculating the value of what? Of a. As you can see that the unknown here is only a, meaning it tells me that I need to make a subject of the formula. As we remember that the aim is to make what? Is to calculate the value of a. Now I'm going to take this minus 1 to this other side. Remember something, everything that jumps the equal sign changes the sign. This minus 1 will become what? Positive. This is going to be equals to what? 1 minus 5 over 9, which is equals to what? Which is equals to a squared. Now, a squared is equals to what? 1 minus 5 over 9. But let's check something. What is 1 minus 5 over 9? 1 minus 5 over 9 is equals to what? Is equals to 4 over 9. In order for me to calculate the value of a, remember the goal is to calculate the value of a, not a squared. Meaning I need to make a subject of the formula, not a squared. I'm going to introduce the square root. But what you do on the left hand side, you also do it on the right hand side. The aim of introducing the square root is to kill this square. Remember, this is going to be equals to what? Square root of a squared, which is equals to square root of 4 over what? 4 over 9. Because what you do on the left hand side, you also do it on the right hand side. What is square root of a squared? Square root of a squared is the same as what? As a, because we said the aim of the square root is to kill the square. This is going to be what? A, which is equals to, remember according to the properties of sets, this is the same as what? Root of 4 divided by root of what? By root of 9. Meaning the value of a is equals to, what is the root of 4? The root of 4 is 2 over, what is the root of 9? The root of 9 is 3. Meaning the value of a is equals to 2 over 3. Now let's go to the next question. So now the next question is, sketch the graph of f clearly showing the intercepts and the asymptotes, if any. I repeat the question. It says to us, sketch the graph of f of x clearly showing what? The intercepts and the asymptotes. Remember something, we have calculated the value of a, of which the value of a was what? Was a is equals to 2 over 3. Now I will go back to my function and substitute 2 over 3 where I see a. My function of f of x will now be what? Will now be f of x, which is equals to 2 over what? Over 3. To the power of what? To the power of x minus 1. Remember, the question says to us, I must include what? The intercept and the asymptote. As we can see straight directly from my function, my asymptote is what? Is -1. Meaning, my friend, I will start by what? By sketching my asymptote. Remember, -1 is going to be here. At -1, I have what? I have the asymptote. My graph will not touch the asymptote, meaning that all the values of y must be above -1 going upwards. Let's check. Let's calculate our intercept. I will calculate my what? I will calculate my x-intercept first. My x-intercept, remember, where I see what? Where I see y, I substitute the value of 0 in order to calculate my x-intercept. It means, remember, this function is the same as y is equals to 2/3 to the power of what? Of x minus what? -1. We said we are calculating the x-intercept, meaning where I see what? Y, I must substitute 0. This is going to be 0, which is equals to 2/3 x -1. And then I'm going to what? I'm going to transpose my -1 to this other side. This will be what? +1, which is equals to 2/3 to the power of what? To the power of x. Now, I need to make x subject of the what? Subject of the formula. All I need to do is to introduce what? The logs. This is going to be what? Log of what? Log of 1, which is equals to what? Log of what? Log of 2/3 to the power of what? Of x. But remember, the aim of a log is to what? Is to bring down the exponent. This is going to be log of what? Log of 1, which is equals to x. Log of what? Log of 2/3. Meaning I have to do what? I have to divide by log of 2/3 both sides. This is going to be equals to log of 1 divided by log of what? Of 2/3, which is equals to x, because the aim is to calculate what? X, meaning I have to make x subject of the formula. What is log of 1 divided by log of 2/3? Let's double check that using the calculator. This is going to be where is log? Oh, log of 1 divided by log of 2/3. This is equals to 0. It means my x-intercept is what? Is 0 when y is equals to 0, meaning we can see that. Remember, when I was calculating the x-intercept, I let y to become what? 0, and got the value of x to be what? To be 0, meaning I have coordinates which is 0 and 0, which tells me that even when I calculate the y-intercept, I will still get 0 and 0, meaning my function go through what? Touches the origin or intersect the origin, meaning my graph will be something like this. Yeah,